Magic. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Yeah. To another edition of
Roast beef.
and Bagels. We kind of jumped right in.
Exactly. We don't care.
We don't fool around here.
Nice.
So, very interesting week.
Yes.
Very interesting week. I don't know if we should jump right into the main topic of the week.
I think so. I just want everybody to know I added cheese to my roast beef today.
Nice.
I didn't eat enough last night. I was starving.
That's okay.
Yeah, just saying.
You know, you go to bed a little hungry, so you wake up,
Trying to lose some weight. I shaved, so I lost like a pound.
Nice. Dude, what about, I got meniscus issues now.
No good. Too much football.
My knees are killing me.
I'm getting it now in the truck, too. No, we're getting old, bro. Getting old.
Well, we want to start with the main topic?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't have a list. To be honest, there wasn't a lot of stuff in the news. I mean,
Well, there wasn't because of
the one thing.
And I think everyone knows Elon versus Trump.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it for a couple of reasons. One, there's really no fight.
Right.
I voted for Trump. That's the president. I didn't vote for Elon. So, like you and us, Elon's entitled to his opinion.
I like Elon. I'm not going to change I'm not going to change my opinion on Elon. They're both alpha males, so it's just a matter of time, dude. But what I really like is that the liberals now go back to liking him. Like it's like, all right, you like Trump, I don't like you. You don't like him, now I like you again. Bunch of fucking hypocrites.
I do think it's amazing how when Trump first got into office and Elon was hired for Doge, how the liberals were screaming and yelling that they didn't vote for Elon, he shouldn't have the position or whatever, not understanding that Donald Trump, the president of the United States, is allowed to hire whoever he wants for his administration.
Just like every other president, bro.
Just like any company. Huh? It's like he went for a job interview, Elon, and he got it. That's all that was. But liberals screaming and yelling that we didn't vote for Elon. He's taking away money that goes to a gay Sesame Street in Iran. We want to support that. All right? And liberals,
they won't come out of pocket for it.
Liberals are screaming and yelling about that. But now, and then they went as far as trying to put him out of business. Burning Teslas.
Now they like Teslas again.
Protesting in front of his shop. Fast forward, dude, look at all that's happened in 6 months so far.
Yeah.
We just got another 3.5 years of madness with the outside interference. Well, the one thing I will say about Donald Trump, the man keeps his composure. He's cool. You don't see him getting excited.
Nah.
Yeah, he's going to pass some cutting remarks that are going to insult you and hurt your feelings, but oh well.
It's not against law to hurt someone's feelings. Yeah.
No, but his freedom of speech and our freedom of speech gives him every right to say what he wants.
I hear people say, but he's the president. So what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Doesn't mean you have to sit back and take any kind of abuse. So the thing with Elon and Trump that I find fascinating is Elon wants certain things. It all stemmed from the big, beautiful bill, this whole thing. But there's other underlying things, apparently, that was going on that we're finding out. Elon apparently, I don't know how true it is, wants to head up NASA.
Yeah.
And Trump basically said no. He has his own SpaceX, right, where he's pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah, actually, he's pretty much, it is NASA, because NASA don't make anything anymore. They don't have rockets no more.
So I don't know if maybe Elon had an ulterior motive to put NASA out of business in a way, if you know what I mean, or to kind of gobble up the company or merge them together.
Want money.
But Trump said no. So that was one of the things that got him upset. In his initial reaction, which I thought was kind of stupid on Elon's part, he had the nerve to say Trump was on the Epstein list.
Now, we all know that's not true. And you could ask anybody why. Because if he was, he would never got elected. Biden would have fucking put that out there quick.
The liberals would have released that list in a heartbeat.
Harris would be a president right now.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. You would have had either weekend at Bernie's with Biden, them holding them up, or Kamala Harris as your president right now. It would have not been Trump if Trump was on that list. I think that list is never. I was watching something online. The list is never going to get released.
No.
And
too many important people, bro.
Not only that, and as one person online stated, and I thought it was kind of interesting, they said that list was probably handed to so many different people. It was probably changed, edited, stepped on. They said the original list was probably gone somewhere. They said the names were probably added, names were probably taken off. They said you can't trust it at this point. They said they don't care if the FBI has it, the DOJ has it, the president has it. They feel the list is irrelevant. They have a point. I think if there was something, if this list for anything,
legit,
Epstein, Diddy, whatever, if it was legit, should have been released that second when it came to the public knowledge, or So,
like, there's so many lists now, even with the Diddy shit. There's 100 lists. They're all different. We don't know.
You don't know, right? So he said, she said. So the first thing Elon did was saying Trump is on the list. So let's
we went on X with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say Trump was on the list. Okay. Let's say this is true. Let's say Trump did engage in all the things that Jeffrey Epstein, unfortunately we didn't have a trial, all the things that he allegedly, it was never a case, right. So you can't say he's found guilty, but a lot of people came forward. But let's say all the things he allegedly did is true, and let's say Trump was part of that. Elon saying Trump's on that list as part of that whole circle of people. So that means Elon supported the Donald Trump administration. I think he donated, they said, upwards of $250 million towards his campaign. And not only that, you also have your child in the presence of Trump in the White House walking around. So if you honestly believe that Donald Trump is part of that whole circle, and you financially contributed to him, and you let your child be with him, what does that say about you? Right? You're in support of stuff like that, and you're in favor of pedophiles and underage things going on that shouldn't be. So that's why I thought it was kind of amusing that you come out and say something like that.
Well, the thing that it's very hard for two alpha males, dude. It's very hard. Those guys are both run companies, very strong, whatever. But the way I see it is, I don't think Elon should have came out on X. That's the only thing. I don't have a problem with him disagreeing with Trump. But I seen Trump at something this week in the Oval Office, and he was saying, I started from the big bill, right? This big grind bill. And Elon was upset. He was trying to save all this money for the government, but there's a bunch of fat in the bill. Just like most people don't get it. In order for things to pass, so I'm just saying, I'm a congressman from New York. You're a congressman from New Jersey. You don't agree with the bill, but I agree with the bill. So we agree now. We talk in a different room and say, listen, what do you need for your state? You say, I need $10,000 for a park. So then you'll vote. And then I say, okay, let's put this to the leaders. Bagels needs $10,000 for a park in his state, but he'll vote yes. And that's how the pork gets in there. You know what I'm saying too? It's not like they want the pork. Donald Trump doesn't want the pork. Nobody wants the pork. But in order for you to get more votes, you have to make deals with the devil in order to get it passed. And most people don't get it. They only read the first two lines of the bill of what it really is, and they don't realize how much shit's under there, but they don't know how it gets there once it's there. Right. It's negotiation things, and that's the problem with Congress. They don't do things what's best for themselves. They do the people, they do what's best for themselves. They want the best for their state, so he can come back and say, listen, during this bill, I got you $10,000 for the park that you guys were busting your ass for. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. You got to understand how it works. So I understand, but I don't think even Elon understands the fabric of our government and how corrupt it truly is. Even though he's saying he found it, he doesn't know negotiation tools for Senate bills and Congress bills. It's horrible. That's why we the people are constantly getting taxed, because we have to pay for all this bullshit.
Right, and the thing too about this new bill, there is a lot of upfront money that's going to make the deficit skyrocket.
Oh, 100%.
But it's everything in the long run is what the projections are for. You know, they're looking at, I think it's a 10-year plan for this bill.
Yeah, something like that. And people don't get it. So all right, so up front, say we go, I think it's like $2 trillion.
It was some crazy high number.
Some crazy number, right? But more people who get money in their pocket, the more they spend. That money now is taxed and then it goes back. So it's not going to really be 2 trillion. They're saying it's going to be 2 trillion, say, without people who's going to spend their own money now. They can't project that. I'm sure that there is going to be some kind of deficit, but to me, let's just fucking cut spending. That way it evens it out. It's going to go up 2 trillion. Let's cut 2 trillion in spending. Let's even it out, give it back to the people, and that's it. Like, I don't understand why people are upset at that. I don't want to keep on giving money. Like when Bush was in office, the older Bush. What's his name? I don't know.
W. Senior, George Senior.
No. The younger one. The younger one. I'm sorry.
The younger one was
George W. So when he was in office, he was trying to cut some stuff too, and they found in his administration, which is it's crazy, that they were still doing millions of dollars for propaganda to Cuba from the Cuban Missile Crisis. They never closed the budget, so that money was set aside from the 70s until he was in office. That was just kept on going to a budget. Where the fuck did money go? No one even knows where the fucking money went. So he closed it, but we need to do that. We need to close things that just don't work. When Bill Clinton was in office, he had some kind of program for education, and it kept failing. Kids weren't getting better, and instead of closing it and restarting and trying something different, they just kept on throwing millions of dollars at it, thinking that if you threw money, it was going to work. If something doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's it.
Yeah, sometimes throwing money at a problem doesn't fix it.
No.
So now the whole thing with this, I want anyone that watches, liberal media outlets, your CNN.
Oh, they're having a great time now.
Your ABCs and all that stuff. It's the new thing, right? Like, so far since he's been in office, first thing was immigration. Then it was Doge. Then it was
the stock market.
It was stock market.
Tariffs.
Right, tariffs. So now this is going to be the new thing for the liberal media to, pound at you. But the one thing I noticed, there's a keyword that most of these outlets are using right now. This new keyword is chaos. About the chaos that's being created. So if you go to 2, 4, 7, CNN, all the liberal media news outlets, you can hear them use the word chaos over and over
again. I love it.
Which is hysterical. And until something else comes up. Supposedly, to calm the waters, Elon has requested a meeting with Trump, which I think is kind of funny. That must mean he's really not involved with Washington. Maybe he's angry about that too. I don't know.
I don't see a problem. Everybody making a big deal. I really don't see a problem. I think him and they're just strong fucking people. People that are that strong and want what they want are gonna argue. They're gonna bicker from time to time. But I guarantee this: the one thing you said it before about Trump, he doesn't hold grudges. He's not gonna hold a grudge against Elon. He's gonna say, "You want to talk to me? Let's talk. And then he's gonna say, "Well, Elon's a great guy." He hasn't not steered away from that.
No,
he has said it every time. He's a great guy. He did a lot for us. Blah blah blah. He's not taking it away. Nothing negative. You can disagree with somebody without making a big deal, but the problem is the media has nothing, right? So the media doesn't want to talk about the bill because the tax bill helps the middle class. They don't want to talk about that. The tariffs really haven't done much. They haven't done much for, meaning they said it was going to increase prices like crazy. It hasn't really done anything. So you can't use that. The stock market's back up to where it was, you know what I'm saying? So they can't really say nothing about that. I mean, you can't talk about China that much because he just spoke to, I don't know the guy's name, Jinping, whatever. And they're making a mineral deal. I mean, they made a deal with Ukraine for a mineral deal to help them still fight against Russia. There's nothing for them to say. There hasn't been any big deal in the Middle East, meaning Israel and Palestine with Hamas, whatever. Now the thing is back now. The immigrant, they sent him to the jail, and I don't know. They got him back now. The immigrant, the one that said there was a mistake, whatever.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, no, not the student. That other guy. I can't remember the other guy's name.
But
the one who was on the knuckles.
Wasn't he a convicted felon though?
Yeah. So he's back, and they just convicted him. So they're gonna send him back.
So wait a minute.
Yeah, it was on the news this morning. They got him back.
He was El Salvador, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't think of that word. You love it. We should give a teaching. But dude, and now he got convicted. I think yesterday of something, and now he's going back. So it was just a waste of money and time.
So all they wanted to do was prove that he's a criminal. They convicted him of something, and still because of his status, he's not legal, right?
No.
So why would they bring him back? It's just to shut up the liberals?
Because the liberals were saying that there's something about due process, and some federal court said to bring him back. But I don't know this for a fact, but I'm 90% sure I hear it all the time, even from some liberals. There are no people that are not. What was I going to say? American citizens are the only people that are held to the Constitution of America. Due process is not due to anybody who's not American.
Not a citizen.
Not a citizen. I don't understand it. Now the Geneva Convention, when you're at war, there are rules. Yes, you can't do certain things here, like, whatever. I'm just saying whatever. That's not the same thing as being here illegal. They don't have a right for anything. They're not an American citizen. There's zero. The Constitution does not uphold it. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense, but whatever.
I didn't know that they brought that guy back.
I didn't know either. I seen it this morning. There hasn't been a lot of political news in the loop this week besides Elon. Really hasn't been anything. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing.
The Elon thing is probably overshadowing everything.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I mean, even the Diddy trial has been up and down. They've been trying to shove that in to try to distract you, but there's nothing. They can't keep on looking, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, in the local news, over in New York where we are, I says the debates for the mayor was around, but other than that, there hasn't been anything really political.
What about that nut job running for mayor in New York? He wants to completely defund the police.
Yeah, he don't got shot now. How are you going to defund the police?
He wants no police department in New York City. Of all the cities in the world.
And they
New
say,
York?
And just to let you know, it's not the safe. They say it's the safest big city in the world. It's so not. What they do is they fudge the way they make the stats, right? So what they do is say there's 1,000 crimes, dude, right? Say I will use Texas because they said Texas is the highest crime, which is bullshit. No, Texas is not good. Well, let's use Louisiana. So if there's 1,000 crimes in Louisiana and 1,000 crimes in New York, what they do is they do it per 100,000. Obviously, New York has a higher population, so if you do it the math that way, it looks like there's hardly no crime in New York, and there's tons of crime. There's tons of crime in Louisiana. It's so fucking stupid.
I think 1,000 crimes is 1,000 crimes.
Yeah, that's it. Why do you want to finagle it? Yeah, I don't understand it. It is what it is, dude. And I don't know who the fuck's gonna win, because I think Curtis has a great chance, because they're gonna split the vote with Adams and whoever else makes the Democratic Party.
Yeah, Adams. I think Adams and Cuomo might be your leader coming out of the Democratic Party, but I don't know.
Well, no, Adams is independent. He's not even running there.
He's not running on the Democratic ticket.
No, he's independent. So it's going to be Curtis, Adams, and Cuomo on the ticket. And I'm going to tell you right now, I actually think
didn't know he
switched
win. Parties.
He did right after he got the indictment, whatever it's called. Pardon, whatever it was. Yeah, he got rid of it.
I had no idea that happened.
So it's going to be interesting.
So wait, he's
independent. He wasn't even on the stage.
No.
There's another woman.
You can't trust Bagels with anything.
Nah. Sometimes I'm out of the loop. Sometimes he's out of the loop. But that's why we do it together, because one of us will figure it out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So wait, his current status though as mayor is a Democratic mayor or independent?
Independent now. He switched parties.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think it helps Curtis a lot, because there's going to be some loyalists to Adam, and it's going to be a large. You have to realize that only 1.1 million people in New York
vote for the mayor. And we got 10 million people in the city?
Yeah, actually, it used to be 11, but it went down after the pandemic. People left. So
did they left or did they die?
No, they left. People are going to. So I'm looking for a place in Texas. I'll give you a perfect example.
What is that? Where does that leave roast beef and bagels?
Well, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do a live show, a Zoom show. But
what about my meniscus?
You want to talk about your meniscus?
No.
He's in pain with the meniscus. He got in the car. He's like, oh, man, he's got a brace on and everything. So I call this realtor. The guy's name, nice guy. His name is Preston. We start talking, whatever. I tell him what I want. He said, dude, you're getting in a good time. And I go, why? He goes, you cannot believe how many Californians and how many New Yorkers are coming to Texas because they're sick of being fucking taxed. He was like, it's incredible. He says, as a realtor out in Texas right now, you're making money hand over fist. And he said, for the most part, the prices are still pretty low in Texas because they have an abundance of housing. They have a lot of places that you
Big
could.
state, Texas.
Yeah. He says, so they're all right. He says, but within the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to start moving up. You'll see houses now. The average houses in Texas, just a regular 2-bedroom, do nothing great, like a ranch. It's like 200,000.
I was gonna say it's two and change.
Yeah,
right?
you can get $1 million houses if you want. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the average regular person has whatever. And then, dude, I'm looking for a condo. So the condos used to be 75 to 80,000. Now they're 90 to 100,000 over the last 3 years.
But like a 2 or 3 bedroom.
2-bedroom with like a little like a porch type thing, nice. But it's a community, so it's on property. You got a fucking pool, all this other shit.
The beef is gonna leave.
Yeah,
that means roast beef and bagels is gonna have to do like a broad.
We have to do on location. Oh, dude, maybe we get those little earphones so we can look like we're like really like serious in the studio.
Show.
I love it.
Dude, you don't care.
But it's crazy how he was saying that, dude, because he was saying, look, I get it, you know, because this guy lived in Chicago. That he moved from Chicago to
Preston?
Yeah.
You love Preston.
Nah, dude, he's a nice guy. He keeps on helping me out. I told him I was going to go down, but I have to wait a couple of weeks, maybe a month. I'll go down and see what's going on. I have no cash. I got to figure out how to get the cash. I might have to borrow from the Roast Beef and Bagels fund. So anybody wants to donate, maybe we should put, what do you call it?
We don't charge for our merch. Oh, GoFundMe.
Go fund beef page.
We don't charge for our merch. That's why we're broke.
Yeah.
He made more merch.
Yeah. I got
show. It's a repeat of some of the older merch, but we loved it so much that we made more.
Yeah, because
I like it though. Yeah, he's got like a what are those called?
And I got a bunch of
a toiletry bag filled with
different colors now.
Look at this. Those are roast beef and bagel keychain bottle openers.
I still got some pencils. I don't know.
And I didn't bring them. You got to see the nice pens he made.
Oh yeah,
they're really nice.
Expensive though, dude. I'm not doing that shit.
Pens are nice. Good, and he's got lanyards.
Oh yeah, I got lanyards for people who want it. But you know, when people come out, we just give out 2.
This is why Roast Beef and Bagels has no money though.
Nah.
We don't charge for our
We're gonna have to get an LLC and then
we are gonna have to get an LLC or something like that. But something's gotta give eventually. But yeah, so now we got Elon versus Trump is gonna be consuming us probably for the next couple of weeks until something else comes up that the liberal media news outlets needs to start running with, or the Democrats start to need running with, to kind of continue to throw things in the people on the right on their face about Trump and who's in office. And because again, of course, they're throwing out impeachment and all these words and everything else. This is also, too, think about it, it's a distraction from Biden's sickness. Yeah. Right? The guy's sick, the cover up, that was a big thing.
They're trying to push it on so they don't talk about that. But they should talk about it because they fucked up. I mean, like you said last week, Tapper's the only one that really seems to be coming out.
Well, he's trying to sell a book.
Yeah.
So he's trying to make money. So he's got to do it. So he wants to keep that out in the public because if that's not a hot topic, books aren't going to sell. I mean, you don't make much money, I don't think, from selling a book these days.
I'm not sure. I mean, you can publish it yourself now. We can get a Roast Beef and Bagels book tomorrow.
You can get it.
Do it through AI. We don't even have to think of
crazy. Yeah. It's crazy how things work these days. I mean, music, all that stuff is completely
How much was
different.
it publishing back then? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I'm not sure about price-wise or whatever, but I know it was a process versus compared to what it is today.
Well, I'm sure that he's still going to get like $1 million for the book, regardless.
I'm sure that he will. I'm sure it's going to sell online, and people still like physical copies of books. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a reader, but I would prefer a physical book
than a Kindle
than reading on my phone or something.
It hurts your eyes anyway, right? They say it hurts your eyes if you read from the phone.
I was going to show you my phone, but I can't because we're recording it because mine opens up like yours.
Yeah, yours. Yeah, mine. I love my phone, by the way.
But I think so. All this stuff now with Elon versus Trump, I think that's going to be a distraction from the other things, and then what's going to happen is it's a cycle. In a couple of months, we're going to be on here talking about something else. It's going to be whatever's the hot item, so the liberal news media outlets can sell, right? Because it's all about dollars and cents at the end of the day, and all the outlets are going to drill and pound you with the same stuff over and over again. But I say, listen for the key word and the buzzword. Chaos is the current keyword and buzzword that you're going to hear on all the news media outlets, which I find hysterical.
I love
hysterical. So, but yeah, so we wanted to definitely talk about that today. We may be having a guest coming on.
I'm hoping they come on. We actually have a few, but I know you were saying just now it'd be nice. And dude, Lucha Libre never came.
Well, he did a Cinco de Mayo short.
Oh, it's true. But he never came on the show.
No, he said he was too busy with events that he was booked for.
He's got SummerSlam now or something?
I don't know what they're called. I'll be honest with you. I don't follow it anymore. I'd have to ask my brother-in-law and my sister because they're like
diehards,
wrestling maniacs.
Die hard.
Dude, they pay for like all the different leagues. Like
what, like AEW?
AEW.
What do you mean? Like they go to see them, or they pay?
Like I think they have like pay-per-views, and I don't know if they have their own channel. I know the WWE's with WWE's got two things. Netflix bought a portion of them, but then all the pay-per-views are done on either Peacock or Paramount.
Is it free? It's not free.
It was part of your
with the Paramount.
With the package with Paramount or Peacock,
yeah, Netflix has I watch Raw Monday night, I think it is. Or Friday, it was a Friday now. I don't know.
It's Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown, or Friday Night Raw?
Friday Night Raw and Thursday, I don't know.
So if any of you wrestling fans want to correct us out there.
Yeah, please do. Like, I mean, I watch it when it's on.
Yeah, I don't keep up with it.
But let me tell you something. Fucking, what's his, remember Chris Jericho?
He has a podcast.
So Chris Jericho, dude, when
he started
he started AEW. Yeah, well, he helped start AEW. I think it's AEW. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
No, it was the Dusty Rhodes and his brother did AEW, I thought.
So what's the one that TNA. So he helped start TNA, whatever, right? When he got on, and I shouldn't talk, I'm a heavy dude. When he first started, he gained fucking crazy weight, right? I turned it on the other day, dude. Human growth hormone is real. He literally looks phenomenal. He almost looks like he did when he started. Yeah. He's still kind of like a little, because you're older, you're a little gut. But it went down. When he breathes, you can see fucking muscle in his stomach. His muscles are back. It's crazy. It's real. I love it.
You gonna do it?
I can't afford it. If I could afford it, I'd do it.
I think all that stuff's overrated.
You think?
Who the hell wants to go to like a gym, sweat, strain yourself, come out, you're tired?
You know what, dude? They say, and this is the truth. You don't have to believe me. If you go to the gym, the doctor says that you have probably a 20% more life expectancy than the average person if you go to the gym. That's 150 of life. You used to go. We used to go to a place on
Olympia, Freshmont Road.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's funny? You got the pictures. You should show him. He was a beast.
We're gonna do a picture inside.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if they're still open.
No, they are, but it's not the same owner. The guy died, I think. I think the grandmother definitely died. Remember, it was Jerry's mom or grandmother, whatever the fuck. Remember? I loved her.
Yeah, well, it was Al and...
Who was the lady? Remember? She was
so nice.
So
Jerry's
sweet.
mom. I forgot her name. I can't believe...
She was 80 when me and him went, and I was in our 30s.
And she would try to work out still.
Yeah. She. That's why she made it to 80. That's what I'm telling you. You got to get in the gym.
What was her name? I feel bad. I remember Al, but I don't remember her name. Al was hardly there.
Dude, remember that time I passed out?
You did. And I gave him a banana and water, or gave him...
I don't know what it was, dude. We were doing cleans. We were doing cleans.
Individual inclines.
Oh, inclines.
And he went like this.
I think, though, to be honest with you, I don't mean the brackets. I don't mean the brackets.
I think they were 100 a pound.
Yeah, it was about 125. I think.
Yeah, maybe more. It was heavy.
It was heavy as shit. I was strong back then. And I just fucking rolled over.
And he went up, and all of a sudden, you saw the dumbbell go, blink.
I wasted every ounce of energy in my fucking body. I woke up with him shoving a banana in my mouth and trying to put fucking Gatorade or some shit. Jerry was nervous. He thought he was going to die.
I thought you died? The hell?
That's fucking great. Wow. But he's got pictures. He's like, like that.
We'll do a picture in a picture. I don't know if I have any of you in the gym, though. I have to check.
I only have one picture. It's when we went away for at Boston.
Oh, I remember. And you had the gold
Kango hat.
The Kango hat with the gold
tank top. I can send it to you. I think I have it still.
Oh, my God.
You got to put it on. I was a beast. I don't know what happened.
All right, well, you look for it.
And my new phone, I don't know.
We just want to say, stay tuned for more roast beef and bagels. Be on the lookout for the pay-per-view with Donald Trump versus Elon Musk.
And remember the word chaos.
Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, we're going to put our email. Drop us a line and a note. We do get some comments. A lot of them are like...
We do get some comments.
Some of them are like personal. Like they'll know us. So they'll reach out to us and call us on the phone or whatever. But we like to hear like things on the videos. Continue to watch them. We appreciate all the love and support. And we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Ciao.